The night sky above Earth was no longer dark. It was filled with light, cold, silver light that moved like shadows across the stars. People stepped outside their homes, looking upward in fear. The stars themselves seemed to vanish as something massive covered them. At first, no one knew what it was. Some thought it was a comet, others whispered about an eclipse, but soon every television, every radio, every screen in the world went black. Then a single voice echoed across the planet. The voice was deep, metallic, and filled with something worse than hate. It was filled with fear. "Humans," the voice said, "your kind should not exist. You are danger. You will burn every empire to dust." The world froze. People in cities stopped walking. Soldiers in bases stared at their radios. Children clutched their parents as the strange words continued. "We come not for conquest," the voice growled, "but for survival. You are the enemy we feared for centuries. We tried to hide from you, but the stars have betrayed us. Now we must strike first, or perish." The message ended. Silence followed, but above Earth, the sky was alive with motion. Thousands of ships hovered like giants in the night, their metal bodies glowing faint red. Inside a military bunker, General Harris slammed his fist on the table. "What in God's name are they talking about? Why are they afraid of us?" Beside him, a young officer whispered, "Sir, maybe they know something we don't." The general glared at the screen. "Or maybe it's just a trick. Fear is the oldest weapon." But deep down, he felt the same chill that everyone else did. Why would a great alien empire sound afraid of humanity? Hours passed, but the aliens did not attack. They simply hung there, silent, waiting. News spread across the globe. Some people prayed, some prepared for war. Others simply stood on rooftops, staring upward, waiting for the end. In one small town, a boy named Daniel held a broken pair of binoculars to his eyes. He watched the giant ships and whispered, "They're not moving." His sister, Sarah, frowned. "Why are they just watching us?" Daniel lowered the binoculars. "Maybe they're waiting for us to make the first move." Sarah shook her head. "No, they said they were afraid. Maybe they're studying us. Maybe they're trying to understand." The children's father, an old veteran, sat on the porch listening to the night. His voice was heavy. "No army waits unless they fear what happens after the first shot, and if they fear us, then the truth must be worse than we can imagine." Suddenly, the world's power grids flickered. Lights died. Entire cities went dark. Above the planet, the alien ships glowed brighter. A new message thundered into the silence. "You have forgotten who you are," the alien commander declared. "Your history is buried. Your past is hidden. But we remember. We fought you once, long ago, and we nearly did not survive." The words spread terror across the world. In the bunker, General Harris leaned forward. "What war? What are they talking about?" His scientist, Dr. Elaine Carter, trembled as she flipped through ancient files. "General, it's impossible. But there are myths, old records of strange wars in human prehistory. Stories of fire in the sky, of gods who fell from the stars. Maybe they weren't myths at all." The general's face turned pale. "Are you saying we've fought them before?" "That's impossible." Dr. Carter's eyes darkened. "Unless humanity has a memory it does not want to remember." Above the Earth, one alien ship lowered closer to the atmosphere. Its hull cracked open like the jaws of some metal beast, and a massive hologram filled the skies across every continent. The alien commander appeared, a towering figure with silver skin, long ridges across his head, and burning yellow eyes. His voice shook the air. "You were made for war. You were made to destroy. And when you rise, you will end every empire that stands before you. We cannot let it happen again. Forgive us or not. It does not matter. We will not let your kind awaken." Millions of people dropped to their knees, but others clenched their fists. Humanity had never seen itself as monsters before, and yet to the aliens they were the nightmare in the dark. General Harris whispered, "They're not warning us. They're warning themselves." Then something happened that no one expected. One of the alien warships suddenly exploded. Not from human fire, but from the inside. Flames ripped through the dark sky as pieces of burning metal crashed into the ocean. For a moment, the commander's calm mask broke. His voice cracked with fear. They awaken too soon, and the message ended. Confusion swept through Earth. Had humans already done something? Had something inside them caused the ship to fall? No one knew. In his small town, Daniel looked up with wide eyes. "Dad, did we do that?" The old veteran shook his head slowly. "Son, I don't think even the aliens know what's coming." The sky burned with red light as the alien fleet began to move again. But this time it was not with the confidence of conquerors. It was the desperate movement of an army fighting against time itself. The commander's voice echoed one last time across the world. "Remember this night, humans. When the war begins, it will not be because we wanted to destroy you. It will be because we feared what you would become. And when you rise, all that we know will burn." The message ended. The stars returned for a brief moment. But everyone knew Earth would never see peace again. The question spread like fire in every heart. Were humans the victims of a false fear? Or were they truly the storm waiting to awaken? The world had not slept since the alien warning. People filled the streets, staring at the sky, whispering about old wars no one remembered. Schools closed, businesses froze, and governments struggled to calm the fear spreading like fire. In the underground military bunker, General Harris stood before a giant screen. The alien commander's last words replayed again and again. "You were made for war. You will burn every empire to dust." The general's jaw tightened. "We need answers. Now." Dr. Elaine Carter, the lead scientist, stepped forward with trembling hands. "General, I've been digging into old files, not military but ancient records stored in world archives. There are strange gaps in history, entire centuries missing. My team found fragments, symbols and stories that do not match what we know." Harris frowned. "You're saying they're telling the truth? That humans have already fought a war among the stars?" Dr. Carter hesitated. "I'm saying there are hints, whispers, but no clear proof. If such a war existed, someone erased it from our history." The room fell silent. Soldiers exchanged uneasy glances. Why would anyone erase a war so massive it terrified alien empires? Thousands of miles away, in a hidden research lab beneath an abandoned city library, a group of young hackers had their own discovery. The leader, a boy named Adam, had broken into a sealed database rumored to hold secret archives. His friend Maya leaned over his shoulder. "Are you sure this is safe?" Adam smirked. "Nothing's safe anymore." He pressed a final key and the screen lit up with strange glowing symbols, not letters, not numbers, but alien script. Maya gasped. "That's not human language." Adam shook his head. "No, but the files tagged Earth War Cycle 1. The words froze them both. Earth War Cycle 1? What did that mean? Back in the bunker, Dr. Carter received the same file through secret channels. She studied the alien script, her eyes wide with disbelief. "These records aren't just stories," she whispered. "They're memories, stored fragments. Someone wanted to hide them, but they couldn't destroy everything." General Harris leaned closer. "Translate it. Fast." Her team worked for hours, the silence broken only by the clicking of keys. Slowly, the fragments took shape. The first translation appeared on the screen. The humans rose with fire. They learned war in days, not centuries. We tried to stop them, but every empire fell before their hunger for victory. The general muttered, "My God, Another line appeared. They were not born. They were built. The room went cold. Built? What did that mean? Dr. Carter's voice trembled. This record claims humans were designed, not evolved naturally. Someone made us for war. Adam and Maya had reached the same conclusion in their hidden lab. This can't be real, Maya whispered. We're just people. We're not weapons. Adam scrolled further. Listen to this. When the war ended, the makers vanished. The humans forgot, but we remembered. We always remembered. Maya stepped back, shaking her head. If the aliens feared us so much, why didn't they destroy Earth back then? Adam's eyes darkened. Maybe they couldn't. In the bunker, Dr. Carter turned to General Harris. If this is true, General, then the aliens aren't lying. They're terrified. Humanity might have destroyed empires before. And forgotten. It, Harris growled. Forgotten or made to forget. Someone wiped our memory. A young soldier in the corner spoke nervously. Sir, if we really were made for war, what happens when that part of us wakes up again? No one answered. Suddenly, alarms screamed through the bunker. Red lights flashed. General! A technician shouted. We're picking up transmissions from the alien fleet. They're scanning our satellites, our history databases. It's like they're checking to see how much we know. The general barked, "Shut them out!" But before his words finished, the bunker screens flickered. For a moment, everyone saw the alien commander's face again. His yellow eyes glowed with anger. You dig into the past, he said. You awaken what should remain buried. Do not search for the truth. You will regret it. Then the signal vanished, leaving only static. Panic spread across the bunker. Soldiers muttered, scientists argued, and the general slammed his fist against the table. They know we're uncovering something. That means we're on the right track. Dr. Carter nodded. We need to find the rest of the records before they do. Somewhere out there is the full story of what happened. If we find it, we'll know what humanity really is. The general leaned forward. And if we don't? Her eyes were grim. Then the aliens decide the truth for us. Meanwhile, Adam and Maya continued their work in the secret lab. But the more they unlocked, the stranger the files became. One file showed images, warriors with human faces but glowing eyes, soldiers tearing through alien armies with impossible speed. Another file showed giant ships shaped like spears launching from Earth into the stars. Maya whispered, Adam, what if we're not looking at the future? What if this is the past? Adam's hands froze over the keyboard. Then the aliens aren't warning us about what we might become. They're warning us about what we already are. Before Maya could respond, the lights in the lab flickered. The computer screen flashed with a strange symbol, an alien hand pressed against a burning sun. A message appeared in alien text. Adam quickly translated. The words made his blood run cold. Cycle 2 begins. Across the planet, strange events began. Soldiers reported bursts of impossible strength in battle drills. Ordinary people claimed they saw flashes of memories that weren't theirs. Visions of battles in the stars, of enemies with silver skin, of blood on burning worlds. Humanity was changing, or perhaps awakening. In the bunker, Dr. Carter looked at General Harris with pale, terrified eyes. It's not just history. It's in us, in our bodies, in our minds. Whatever was buried is starting to return. The general clenched his fists. Then we're running out of time. And above the earth, the alien fleet moved closer, as if sensing the storm rising from within humanity itself. The alien fleet finally moved. For days they had hovered like shadows above Earth, watching, waiting. But now, red lights flashed across their giant ships, and the skies rumbled with the sound of engines older than human history. In the underground, bunker, General Harris stood before the Global Defense Council. This is it. They're coming. Screens showed hundreds of alien ships descending into the atmosphere. Their size was beyond belief, each one as large as a city, glowing with strange energy. Dr. Elaine Carter whispered, "They're not here to scare us anymore. They're here to strike." The general slammed his fist on the table. "Then we make them regret it." Around the world, human forces scrambled. Fighter jets took off from runways, their engines screaming into the night sky. Naval ships locked, their missiles on glowing alien targets. Satellite networks armed themselves with the few weapons Earth had prepared. But deep down, everyone knew the truth. Humanity was not ready. Earth was divided, unprepared, and outmatched. The alien fleet was older, stronger, and infinite. In one control room, a young pilot named Ryan adjusted his helmet with shaking hands. His partner Maria tried to smile. "First alien war in history, huh? Not the way I thought I'd die." Ryan forced a laugh. "Who says we're dying? Maybe we'll surprise them." Maria raised an eyebrow. "Surprise them with what? Our planes against their warships?" Ryan's voice dropped. "You never know. Humans are full of surprises." The first attack began over the Pacific Ocean. A massive alien cruiser opened fire, sending beams of red energy crashing into the waves. Entire naval fleets exploded in seconds, flames lighting up the water. General Harris shouted at the screens, "Get our fighters in the air! Hit them with everything we've got!" Dozens of jets swarmed upward like angry hornets, their missiles firing at the alien cruiser. But against the ship's glowing shields, the explosions looked small and powerless. Maria cursed over the radio. "We're throwing rocks at a mountain!" But then something strange happened. Ryan fired his missile directly at the cruiser's glowing eye-like structure. For a moment the shield flickered, then with a sound like thunder, part of the alien ship tore open. The control room went silent. Dr. Carter leaned forward. "Did you see that? The missile should not have broken their shield." General Harris's eyes widened. "Unless we're not fighting with normal weapons, we're fighting with something inside us." In the air, Ryan could hardly believe it. "I hit them. I actually hit them," Maria gasped. "Ryan, do you realize what this means? They're not invincible." Other pilots followed, their missiles striking with impossible accuracy. One by one, alien ships began to fall, not many, but enough to shock the world. In the alien command ship, the commander slammed his claws against the console. His yellow eyes burned with fury. It begins again. The instinct returns. They fight like before. An alien officer trembled. "But, Commander, they are only using primitive weapons." "Primitive?" the commander roared. "Do you not see? It is not the weapons. It is them. They make weapons stronger than they are. They adapt. They learn. That is why we fear them." On the ground, civilians across the world watched in awe as human fighters brought down alien cruisers. For the first time, hope flickered in their hearts. In his small town, young Daniel held his binoculars toward the sky. "Dad, they're falling, we're winning." But his father, the old veteran, shook his head slowly. "Not winning, son. Surviving. There's a difference." Sarah clutched her brother's arm. "But why are we even able to hurt them? They said we were built for war. Maybe it's true." The old man's voice grew grim. "If that's true, then this fight isn't the beginning. It's the awakening." Back in the bunker, Dr. Carter shouted as another alien ship fell from the sky. "General, look at the pilots' reports. Their reactions are faster than humanly possible. Their accuracy is beyond training. Something inside them is changing." The general muttered, "God help us. It's starting." Suddenly, alarms screamed through the bunker. A message appeared on the central screen. It wasn't human. It wasn't a hack. It was a transmission directly from the alien commander. His voice shook the room. "Foolish humans. Do you not see what is happening? Every time you fight, you awaken the monster inside you. Stop now, or nothing will save this galaxy from you." General Harris snarled. "You attack our world and call us monsters? We're defending ourselves." The alien commander's eyes narrowed. You defend nothing. You awaken everything. Then the transmission cut. Meanwhile, Ryan and Maria's jet was chased by 3 alien fighters. Ryan pulled hard on the controls, but the alien ships moved faster. "We're done!" Maria cried. But Ryan's hands moved on their own, faster than his mind could follow. The jet spun, twisted, and fired 3 shots at impossible angles. All 3 alien ships exploded. Ryan froze. I didn't even think. My body just knew. Maria's voice was small. "Ryan, what are we becoming?" The battle ended after hours of chaos. Dozens of alien ships were destroyed, but Earth's forces were shattered. Cities burned, oceans boiled, and thousands of lives were lost. Yet, despite the destruction, the world could not ignore what they had seen. Humanity had stood against an empire that should have crushed them in minutes. And somehow, humans had won the first clash. In the bunker, Dr. Carter looked pale as she studied. The pilot reports, "General, the more we fight, the faster we change. This is not evolution. This is activation." General Harris's voice was grim. "Then war is not just survival, it's transformation." He turned to the screen, where alien wreckage still burned in Earth's skies, and the enemy knows it too. In the silence that followed, across every nation, every city, and every home, one terrifying thought spread: if this was only the first clash, what would happen when humanity was fully awakened? The world had survived its first battle, but not without scars. Cities burned, oceans boiled, and thousands were gone. Yet, against all odds, humans had stood their ground. The impossible had happened. Fragile Earth had wounded an empire. Inside the military bunker, silence hung over the survivors. Screens showed wreckage of alien ships falling into the sea like dying stars, but no one celebrated. Something darker weighed on them. Dr. Elaine Carter adjusted her glasses, her hands shaking. "General, we need to talk. I've been studying the pilots from the battle. Their reflexes, their accuracy. It isn't human." General Harris leaned forward. "You mean luck?" She shook her head. "Not luck. Change. Their bodies are adapting at impossible speed. Some pilots survived. Attacks that should have killed them. Their nervous systems are rewiring. Their DNA is waking up." The room went silent. In a dim hospital room near the bunker, Ryan lay on a bed, staring at the ceiling. His jet had been destroyed, but somehow he crawled out alive. Bones broken, skin burned. The doctors had said he would not last the night. But now, less than a day later, his wounds were nearly gone. Maria sat beside him, whispering, "Ryan, this shouldn't be possible. They said you were finished, but look at you. You're healing faster than machines." Ryan looked at his hands. "I feel different. When I fought up there, it wasn't me. My body moved on its own. I didn't think, I just knew." Maria's voice trembled. "Then maybe the aliens were right. Maybe something inside us is changing." Meanwhile, Dr. Carter's research revealed more. Hidden inside the ancient alien records, buried deep in encrypted files, she found strange genetic diagrams. Human DNA, but with unnatural patterns, like codes written by someone long ago. She gathered her team. "These are not natural. They're engineered. Someone built humans with instructions, triggers, waiting for the right moment to unlock." A young scientist gasped. "Built? You mean we're not an accident of evolution?" Dr. Carter nodded grimly. "We were designed for war." General Harris received the report with a grim face. "So we really are what they say. Weapons." Dr. Carter shook her head. "Not weapons. General, something worse. We don't just fight wars. We become them. It's in our code." The general rubbed his forehead. "And every battle wakes it up more. That means the more we fight, the less human we become." A soldier in the room whispered, "Then maybe we shouldn't fight." The general's voice hardened. "Tell that to the aliens burning our cities." Far away, in their secret lab, Adam and Maya continued digging into the stolen alien files. The latest translation froze them both. Maya read aloud, her voice shaking. The Makers built humans to be the perfect soldiers. Fast to learn, faster to adapt. They made them small so no empire would fear them at first. But once awakened, nothing could stop them. Adam leaned closer to the screen. The Makers? Who were they? The next line answered. The Makers vanished after the war. Some say the humans turned on them too. Maya's hands covered her mouth. Adam, what if we killed the ones who created us? Adam whispered. Then maybe we've been monsters longer than we knew. The alien commander also knew the truth. In the heart of his massive flagship, he stood before a council of his kind. His yellow eyes blazed with fear. They are waking, he growled. Already their wounds heal, already their instincts return. We must end them now before the cycle begins again. One elder alien spoke softly. But what if destroying them only awakens them faster? It has happened before. The commander slammed his clawed hand against the table. Then we burn their world to ash. If we fail, the galaxy itself ends. Back on Earth, Ryan was tested by scientists. Needles drew his blood. Machines scanned his body. What they found shocked them. His cells multiplied 10 times faster than normal. His strength had doubled. His reaction time was beyond human. Dr. Carter looked at him through the glass. Ryan, do you feel different? Ryan's eyes darkened. I feel like I'm remembering things that never happened. Battles, places I've never seen. Like, my blood remembers, even if my mind doesn't. Maria shivered. Those aren't your memories, Ryan. They're humanity's memories, buried inside us. Ryan clenched his fists. If this is true, then we've been lied to for all of history. General Harris gathered the council again. We know the truth now. Humanity wasn't just born, it was made. Our DNA is a weapon, our instincts are the trigger, and the aliens know it. Dr. Carter added, that's why they fear us. They don't hate us. They're terrified of what happens when we remember who we are. The general's eyes hardened. Then the real war isn't just out there, it's inside us. That night, across the world, strange things began. Soldiers lifted weights they could never lift before. Civilians dreamed of strange skies and battles they never fought. Children whispered words in languages not of Earth. Humanity was awakening, one person at a time. And in the sky above, the alien fleet prepared its largest strike yet. Dr. Carter stood at the bunker window, staring at the burning horizon. General, once this starts, we can't turn it back. Every fight will make us less human, more something else. General Harris looked at the stars. Then we'd better pray that whatever we are becoming is still on our side. As the alien ships lit the night with fire, a single question echoed across Earth. Were humans designed to be heroes who protect, or monsters who destroy everything? The war no longer felt like survival. It felt like transformation. Every day more people reported strange changes, faster reflexes, sharper senses, dreams of battles they never lived. Humanity was awakening, one soul at a time. In the underground bunker, Dr. Elaine Carter stood before General Harris, holding a file with shaking hands. General, the numbers are climbing. Nearly 10% of our soldiers are showing enhanced strength and speed. Some can even predict enemy movements before they happen. The general frowned. And the civilians? Dr. Carter hesitated. It's happening to them too. Children speaking alien languages, farmers breaking metal tools with their bare hands. It's spreading, General. This isn't evolution. It's activation. The room fell into silence. Soldiers shifted uncomfortably, their eyes betraying unease. The truth was terrifying. Every human on Earth carried something inside them, and it was waking up. In the skies, above, alien ships circled like vultures. They launched fresh attacks, determined to crush Earth before the awakening spread too far. Ryan, the fighter pilot who had healed from impossible wounds, climbed into his jet once more. Maria strapped in beside him. "You sure you're ready?" she asked. Ryan smirked faintly. "Ready isn't the word. It feels like I've been doing this for lifetimes." Maria gave him a sharp look. "That's the part that scares me." The next battle began over Europe. Alien cruisers unleashed beams of fire that turned entire cities into ash. Human defenses responded with missiles, jets, and ground fire, but once again, the odds were hopeless. Until the awakening began to show, Ryan's jet twisted through enemy fire with impossible speed. His missiles struck targets no computer could have calculated. Other human pilots moved the same way, turning fragile aircraft into deadly blades. On the ground, soldiers fired rifles with inhuman accuracy. Civilians joined the fight, some wielding nothing but makeshift weapons, yet striking down alien drones with uncanny precision. The world watched in shock as ordinary humans fought like legends. Inside the alien flagship, the commander roared in fury. "Do you see it now? Every battle awakens them more. This is the storm our ancestors warned us about." An alien officer stammered, "But Commander, they are still few." "Few is enough," the commander snapped. "One human can kill a squad. 100 can destroy an army. What happens when all of them awaken?" The officer bowed his head in silence. The truth was clear. If humanity's change continued, the Empire would fall. Back on Earth, Adam and Maya studied more stolen files in their secret lab. Adam's eyes were wide as he read the latest fragment. It says here, "The Makers built fail-safes. The awakening cannot be stopped once triggered. It spreads from one to all." Maya's face paled. "So it's not just soldiers. Everyone will change. Every man, woman, and child." Adam whispered, "We're not evolving into something new. We're remembering what we already are." A loud bang shook the building. They ran to the window and saw an alien drone hovering outside, scanning the lab. Maya gasped. "They know. We're digging too deep." Adam clenched his jaw. "Then they must really fear what's coming." In the bunker, Dr. Carter tested Ryan again. She watched as he gripped a steel bar and bent it as if it were paper. His eyes glowed faintly. Only. For a second, before returning to normal, she whispered, "Ryan, how do you feel?" Ryan stared at the bent metal in his hands. "I feel like I could do anything. But there's something else. When I fight, I don't feel human anymore. I feel like a weapon." Maria stepped forward, her voice sharp. "He's not a weapon. He's still Ryan." Dr. Carter shook her head. "No, Maria, he's both. That's the truth. We all are." General Harris gathered his officers as alien attacks intensified. His voice was hard. "Listen to me. We are outnumbered, outgunned, and outmatched. But we have something they fear. It's inside us, it's waking up, and if we use it, we can push them back." A soldier raised his hand. "Sir, what if using it means losing what makes us human?" The general paused. His face was grim. "Then we ask ourselves, which is worse, extinction or becoming what we were made to be?" No one answered. The largest battle yet came over the Atlantic Ocean. Alien warships stretched across the horizon, blotting out the sun. Humanity threw everything it had: jets, submarines, missiles, even prototype weapons rushed into service. At first, the aliens pushed forward, their beams tearing through fleets. But then the awakening spread like fire. Pilots moved faster, soldiers fought harder, civilians picked up weapons and joined the defense. Humanity became something the aliens had seen once before, something unstoppable. Ryan's squadron cut through enemy fighters like blades of lightning. Maria's voice filled the radio. "They can't keep up, we're too fast." Ryan's voice was calm, steady, almost inhuman. "No, we're just awake." Inside the alien flagship, chaos spread. Officers shouted reports of destroyed cruisers, failed assaults, and collapsing formations. The commander's voice was heavy with dread. "It's happening! The cycle begins again. We cannot stop them." One officer whispered, "Then what do we do, Commander?" The commander closed his eyes. "We prepare our final message. If we cannot end them, we must warn the galaxy." When the smoke cleared, the ocean was littered with burning wreckage. Dozens of alien ships lay broken in the water. Humanity had paid a terrible cost, but for the first time, the impossible had happened. Earth had not only survived, it had won. On the shore, survivors cheered weakly. Soldiers hugged each other. Civilians cried tears of both grief and hope. But in the bunker, Dr. Carter stood frozen as she read the new data. The awakening had spread to nearly half the human population. Soon, it would reach everyone. She whispered, "This isn't victory. This is the beginning of something we cannot control." General Harris placed a heavy hand on her shoulder. "Then we'd better control it before it controls us." That night, across the darkened Earth, millions of humans dreamed the same dream. Flashes of battles in the stars, memories of burning worlds, voices of the Makers whispering in their blood. And when they awoke, they were not the same. The world was silent after the battle. The oceans still burned where alien ships had fallen. Survivors walked among ruins, searching for loved ones, their faces torn between hope and fear. But far above Earth, in the shadow of the stars, the alien flagship still remained. Damaged, scarred, but not destroyed. Inside, the alien commander stood tall, his armor cracked, his voice heavy with defeat. "Prepare the message," he ordered. His officers hesitated. "Commander, the war is not over. We can fight again." The commander shook his head slowly. "No, the war is already lost. Look at them, they awaken faster than expected. Today we lose Earth. Tomorrow the galaxy will burn, and it will be our fault for not warning them." On Earth, General Harris stood in the command bunker, staring at the live feeds from across the planet. Cities in flames, families searching. The rubble, soldiers too exhausted to even celebrate. Humanity had won, but at a terrible cost. Dr. Carter walked in, holding a tablet. Her face was pale. "General, it's spreading faster. Almost 70% of the human population is showing signs now. Dreams, strength, speed, even strange memories." "We can't stop it," Harris sighed. "Then maybe we shouldn't. Maybe this is who we were meant to be." Maria, leaning against the wall, shook her head. "Or maybe we're becoming something we don't understand, something dangerous." Ryan, standing beside her, spoke in a low voice. "Dangerous to who? To the aliens? Or to ourselves?" No one answered. Suddenly, alarms blared across the bunker. A voice shouted, "Incoming transmission from the alien flagship!" The screen lit up, showing the alien commander. His armor was scorched, his face scarred, but his eyes burned with grim certainty. Humans all across the world watched as his voice echoed through every broadcast, every device, every channel. "Humans of Earth," he said slowly, his deep voice heavy with warning. "You think you have won. You think you have defeated us. But listen well, this is not victory. This is awakening." The bunker fell silent. Soldiers froze. Civilians everywhere leaned closer to their screens. The commander continued, "We were sent to destroy you before this day arrived. We failed. And now your true nature rises. You were not made to build empires. You were not made to live in peace. You were made for war. Your blood is the weapon. Your awakening is the fire. And when all of you are awake, nothing in the galaxy will survive you." Gasps filled the bunker. Maria whispered, "He's lying. He has to be." But Ryan's face was pale. Deep inside, he knew it wasn't a lie. The commander's voice grew sharper. "Long ago, the Makers created your kind as soldiers. You were their perfect army, stronger, faster, unbreakable, but you turned on them. You destroyed worlds. You burned their empire to dust. They feared you so much they hid you here, on this small blue planet, asleep. Dr. Carter's hands trembled as she whispered, "My God, we've done this before." The commander pointed a clawed hand through the broadcast, "And you will do it again. Today it is us. Tomorrow it will be every empire, every species, every world. You cannot stop what you are. You cannot run from it. Humanity does not conquer. Humanity erases." The screen flickered, the transmission ending in static. The bunker was filled with stunned silence. Finally, General Harris spoke. His voice was hard, but not steady. "Is it true, Doctor? Did we really destroy them before?" Dr. Carter swallowed. "The files Adam and Maya uncovered, they all suggest the same thing. Humanity wasn't created to live. We were created to fight, maybe even to end." Maria shook her head fiercely. "No, that's not who we are. We saved each other. We fought for Earth, for our families, for hope. That doesn't sound like monsters to me." Ryan stared at his hands. They still trembled from the power inside him. His voice was quiet. "But what if both are true? What if we're protectors and destroyers?" Across Earth, the awakening reached its peak. Entire cities were filled with people who could run faster, fight harder, and heal from wounds that should have killed them. Children spoke strange alien words in their sleep. Elders dreamed of battles among the stars they had never seen. The world stood at the edge of something greater and something darker. That night, Ryan, Maria, and Dr. Carter stood outside the bunker looking up at the stars. The sky was clear, the constellations sharp against the black. Maria whispered, "Do you think the aliens were right? Do you think we'll become a danger to everyone else?" Dr. Carter sighed. "I don't know. Maybe destiny is not fixed. Maybe we choose who we are." Ryan's eyes never left the stars. "And maybe choice is the only weapon that can save us." Far above, the alien flagship drifted into the void. Inside, the commander sat alone in silence. His officers had fled or fallen. He activated a final beacon, sending his message beyond Earth, beyond the Empire, to every corner of the galaxy. His last words were simple. "The humans are awake. Prepare yourselves. For once they rise, they will not stop." On Earth, millions of humans felt it at the same time. A pulse in their blood, a memory not their own, a fire waiting to be unleashed. Some smiled, some cried, some trembled in fear, because now they understood. The war was not the end. It was the beginning.